Hello, welcome back to Lace with Literature.
Your new favorite bookish podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Lexi.
And today we are going to jump right in with some exciting things that are happening.
I haven't seen you in a whole week. Tell me what's going on in your life.
I've been just in a hole. I have my big test coming up on Tuesday. That's for my instrument pilot written test. So if you guys don't know, like when you're a pilot, you have to take a written test and you have to take a check ride. And there's a lot of other things you have to do too. But basically the written's like an ACT, and it's like 2 or 3 hours long, and it's just a fat test. So I've just been studying like a lot.
That's terrifying. The thought of taking the ACT again.
Every single rating I have to take one. So it's like really stressful. Apparently the one I'm taking now is like the hardest one. And actually I need to take 3 tests, but I only signed up for 1, but I'll probably sign up for the other 2 next week. I'll do my instrument airplane written, my instrument ground instructor, and then my CFII, which is a certified flight instructor instrument written. Yeah.
This is gibberish to me.
It's a lot. But that's what I've been doing.
Couple things are work related. I got a promotion at my job today, or not today, but this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making a little bit more money, and I have a different position. So now I'm gonna be working 9 to 5:30 instead of 7:30 to 4.
Crazy.
I've never slept in my life. I've literally been getting up at 5:30 a.m.
I feel like you're gonna be exhausted working till 5:30.
No, I think I am too. Yesterday was my first day doing that. I came home, I was zonked.
You're not gonna want to do anything in the evenings.
No.
I'm never gonna see you again.
Never. Yeah, I was so tired. I came home and I was like, I swear I didn't have a bad day. I'm just tired. I just collapsed on the couch.
Oh.
I think I'll get used to it though. That sounds kind of ridiculous. It's only an hour and a half difference.
It's just pushed back. But
yeah. But I've been getting up at 5:30 a.m.
But you have your rhythm.
Since my freshman year of high school. So, but anyways, also I finished my Montessori training. I'm getting my certificate.
Proud of you.
I'm getting my certificate in the mail soon. I finished that a week and a half ago, I think. And this is so random. I'm more excited about this than anything. I got a porch goose. Okay. I named her Goosinda. She's kind of a queen. And I ordered her first outfit. I got the princess one.
I love it.
I had posted it on Facebook, and I was asking all my friends. I was like, please vote on which outfit you think Goosinda should have first. And the top 2 were the strawberry and the princess. And I went with the princess because I think it'll go for Valentine's Day.
It's like Goosinda.
It matches her name. Yeah, she has a princess name. And then I thought that the strawberry outfit would be better for spring and summer. So I'm going to hold off on getting that one.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh. I forgot. I don't work anymore officially. I quit my job.
She's an unemployed queen.
So, yeah, this is my first time being unemployed. But I have a lot of classes going on right now. And then I'm doing an internship at the school. But it's not paid as far as my knowledge goes.
How mine was in student teaching.
Yeah.
I had to work full time to student teach and got no pay.
So, yeah, weird. And then also I was going to say, we're complete opposites with the schedule thing because I hate being on a schedule. I can't. If I am doing the same thing every day, even work-wise, when I was nannying and stuff, I would get so burnt out. The days would run together for me.
Actually, we're very similar in that I love change.
Mm-hmm.
And so this new position that
it's
it's the same thing every day, but it changes every couple hours.
Oh,
I'm doing
nice.
something different every couple hours. It's I'm not going to get into the details of my job, but I get to work in a lot of different areas with different groups of kids. Mm-hmm. So I think that I'm going to really like that change throughout the day. That way it doesn't get so boring and monotonous.
I feel your day just gets they just all start to run together when you do the same thing every day. And I don't know, that's what I hated about working. And what I liked about working, when I used to work at Jersey Mike's, guys. What I liked about working there when I was in high school was my schedule wasn't the same every week, and I kind of enjoyed that. It was stressful because I didn't have a set schedule, but at the same time I really enjoyed not having the same thing every day. I don't like routine. I'm one of those people who does not thrive on routine.
That's how my jobs in high school were. I worked at TJ Maxx and Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that I worked at Starbucks?
No.
I actually hated that. But I also had a different schedule every week.
Yeah.
So.
And I worked at Planet Fitness.
Emma has lots of really horrifying Planet Fitness stories.
Yes. I could.
Basically, men are creepy.
Yep. Had to call the cops twice working there, so that was great. Yeah, I've had a lot of jobs too, so we could have a whole episode on that.
All the jobs we've had. We should rate all of our jobs.
job trauma.
Yeah, I have a lot of that also. Like, a lot. I could probably talk for hours on just my teaching trauma.
Yeah.
And I'm only 1 year post-grad, so in 1 year, I had enough trauma to make me want to quit teaching.
I could never. Honestly, I've realized the older I've gotten, I always thought I was a people person, and I still feel like I am, but the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, I could not go to a job with that many coworkers and like have to deal with that many people every day. Like, my social battery gets drained so quickly now. Like, I'm really glad I'm the pilot. I'll sit up front, everyone gets in the back, I can greet them and everything, but I don't really have to be talking to people constantly.
Yeah, I think that's why I never want to do anything in the evenings.
Yeah.
Because my social battery is drained. I have nothing left to give when I go home. Kids just take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have really good coworkers, though, so that's helpful. But
that's a big game changer. Like, I will take a job with significantly less pay just for better coworkers.
Exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I make pretty much no money now.
Yeah.
But I'm a lot happier, and I like the people I work with. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think a big thing that I have kind of transitioned into, we talked about this episode 1, I think, was the protecting my peace era. Is just like getting closer friendships and getting new relationships with people that don't drain my social battery every time I hang out with them. Like, hanging out with you does not drain my battery. Like, I don't know, but
that's like the best compliment anyone could ever give me.
You're welcome. But yeah, just like certain friendships I realized were just like draining me, and I just like would come home and just be like that's not good for you.
Amen.
So I was like, I just need to
protect my peace.
Yeah, protect my peace, have more relationships where I'm feeling peaceful, and everyone should do that. That's a big maturing era for me right now.
And I feel like feeling obligated, like you have to go to social events and things, that's something that I'm leaving in 2024. I'm not making myself feel like I have to go to something.
I never considered being like, no, if I'm available.
Yeah, or like, I'm comfortable with telling people no.
Yeah.
But I would find myself making some excuse. But I'm starting to realize I don't need to explain myself. Yeah. I don't need to give you an excuse as to why I'm not going. I can just tell people, hey, I'm not going. Yeah. They don't need to know why.
Right.
Because I would also like just come up with things that were kind of untrue. Like, not that I was like lying, but like I didn't want to tell them that, hey, it's actually just because I don't want to go. Yeah. I would like make up something silly as to why I didn't want to go.
Yeah, I've been trying really hard to speak up for myself and everything too with that, but it's tough out here.
In other news, we are doing our first giveaway.
Yes.
When you're seeing this, it is almost over. So this is going to be posted on a Sunday. The giveaway ends on Tuesday. So if you're watching this the day that this podcast comes out, you have 2 days to go enter the giveaway if you have not already. Do you want to tell what we're giving away?
There will be a link in our description if you're on Spotify or on YouTube. There will be a link to our Instagram, and you'll follow that to go to our post about the giveaway with all the rules. But we are giving away a deluxe edition of Onyx Storm. We snagged one. So it'll have the pretty edges and the foil front and everything like that. And we're very excited about that.
Yeah, I think I'm most excited about that.
Yeah.
So that's like a whole nother side tangent about the vouchers and things.
We were very lucky to snag one, I think.
Yeah, we were able to purchase 3 vouchers, so we each got one for ourselves and then one for the giveaway. So we should go after I get off work on Tuesday.
Yeah, I
get off at 5:30, so it will be later.
That's perfect because I have my test on Tuesday, and then I need to go to main campus and drop something off, and then I'll be able to come back. So I'll be there for a while anyway. So it's perfect.
Okay, so we're going to go to Books A Million
Mm-hmm.
on release day and get our 3 books.
Yes.
So we will have the physical copy of the giveaway book on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. We live in a smaller area. People don't read as much here, so I think that we got better access to the special editions and stuff like that. Whereas people in the bigger cities and stuff, they probably sold out. So
Yeah, because I got an email from Books A Million that were like, hurry, vouchers
Yeah.
for
they've
Onyx
already been
Storm.
sold out online, evidently. So you can only
Yeah.
get them in store, and I'm sure a lot of people's stores are sold out. So.
And when I went to get my voucher, there was literally a huge stack at the register.
Yeah.
Like, they were not close to being sold out.
But anyway, that's the first thing we're giving away. We're giving away a Onyx Storm special edition book. And then we are giving away, I'm very excited about this. So our Laced with Literature crew necks that you see us wearing in episode 1 and all of our promotional pictures, we have the only ones that have been made. And so we're getting a third one made, and we're going to put that in the giveaway. So someone could win that.
Yes, and it's from a local small business. So a girl that we went to college with, she has like a embroidery business, and so we're using her to make our sweatshirts.
Right. Yep. So yeah, and she's tagged in that too if you guys are interested in any of her stuff.
So the third thing that we're giving away is a 2-month membership for Audible Premium Plus. So that includes 2 book credits to buy some books, some audios.
Mhm.
So yeah, those are the 3 things we're giving away. I'm super excited about this. If I was like not us, I'd be so excited to
Yeah.
enter a giveaway like
Yeah.
this.
Plus, we have a smaller following, so you have a better chance of winning. And as you can see, we're doing a giveaway with not even 100 followers on Instagram. We're going to have a lot of giveaways in the future as our following grows. So
Yeah, I feel like the goal of this giveaway was to promote it on TikTok because
Mhm.
we have more followers there, and to get more Instagram followers
Mhm.
because, hello, TikTok is getting banned
Yeah.
the day that you are watching or listening to this.
Yep. And we had just grew our TikTok, so it's very sad.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if our rules for the giveaway were kind of confusing. I feel like a lot of people entered on TikTok. Okay, so Emma
I can't message you
actually...
about it.
Emma just enlightened me on something. The reason that everyone was confused is actually because of me. I am the one that posted the TikTok, and I'm such an idiot.
I didn't even say anything to you because I was like, it's fine.
Emma had typed up 2 captions. She had typed up an Instagram caption and a TikTok caption. And what did I do? I used the TikTok or the Instagram caption for both.
I tried to edit it on TikTok, but TikTok was like, it's under review, and like, I don't think it ever actually went through the edit.
So basically, that was my fault. Sorry.
It's totally fine though. You guys are still entered. There's no worries there. But yeah, and you still have 2 days to enter.
I kept wondering. I was like, why is everyone entering on TikTok?
I had in that other bio, it was like, go to Instagram to see the rules, so that they had to go to Instagram to see the rules about it.
That might have been more helpful for us getting followers.
It's
also,
okay. Fine.
love that.
But anyway,
So I feel like that was a good segue into the next thing we're going to talk about, which is the Onyx Storm release, since that's one of the prizes in the giveaway.
Yep.
So there's a midnight release party, but the book is coming out on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So the party is Monday night going into Tuesday.
Like my brain, I was thinking it was Tuesday night for whatever reason.
Yeah,
But
it's Monday night.
I cannot go because I have my test on Tuesday. I cannot stay up past midnight for a book release right before my big fat test. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm really sad because this would have been my first like midnight release party. that
And
I'm
like a
missing.
really big,
A really good,
highly
big book, yeah.
anticipated release.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously can't go for
Sleepy reasons.
for sleepy reasons. Yes, I am a grandma. I don't ever stay up till midnight, especially not on a work night.
Yeah. At least I won't be getting FOMO with you going.
Oh, I wouldn't go without you. That would be
Oh,
so
thanks.
strange. I would just be there like alone, not knowing anybody. I mean, I think it would still be fun to like meet new people, but
Yeah.
I feel like people generally go to those with friends.
Yeah.
So it would, I think I would feel really weird being a loner there.
Well, we will go together on Tuesday and get our books because we did clarify the vouchers are still good for us to go. Like, we still have a book, so.
Yeah. I really want to go to a midnight release party at some point. I think it would be so fun because they've got, like, I think they have food, but I know that they have, like, games and things.
Yeah.
And it's all themed to the book, which is so fun. I think there was one for Emily Henry's book that came out last year, Funny Story.
Maybe there'll be one for her new book.
Maybe. Now, granted, I think it would still be fun, but a fantasy book would be way more fun to go to a release party for than just, like,
we'll go
a romance.
To the 6th book in the ACOTAR series when she releases it.
If and when that book ever comes out, I am taking the week off work. I'm taking vacation. I'm going to the midnight release party. I do not
We're
care.
going to dress up.
Yes, I will buy a fancy prom dress for this. Like, I would do anything to be able to go to an ACOTAR release party. But I was thinking,
how fun would book club be that month?
Oh my god, that should be the book club event. Everyone should take off
will
work
be.
the following day and we should all go together.
It will be.
Period. Adding this to the calendar whenever she if she
gets to it. She will.
When I feel like, let me talk about the fact that Sarah J. Maas released or announced
the new
covers, special edition covers.
Yeah.
I don't think they're very special actually at all, but
I think I'm the only one who's, like, not a fan of them. I'm like,
they're very boring.
Plain, like, to be special edition. And, like, everyone's expecting a different announcement. And I was I was more irked. I was like, I'm irked, and they're not even that good. They should have been, like, pretty special editions. They're just black and silver.
Yeah, they're so plain. Yeah. Like, a special edition to me is, like, hire an artist, get some beautiful cover work, like, Once Upon a Broken Heart, something.
Yeah.
Something special for your dedicated readers who don't stop talking about your books. Hello. Me.
Who get tattoos of your
Who
books.
Literally get tattoos from your books. Give me something special. A black book with nothing on it. That's not special. But that was kind of the point. When I saw that pop up on my Instagram homepage, I thought that this was an announcement for ACOTAR 6.
I feel like most of us thought that. It was very disappointing.
My heart, like, fell out of my butt, Emma. Like, genuinely. I was like... And then I saw it and I was like, are you kidding? I was so let down. Like, it was awful. Yeah, I'm really sad. So I'm kind of beefing with SJM right now. But in other news relating to her, my mom finally made it to A Court of Mist and Fury.
Yay!
And she's so funny. I'm not gonna, like, share all her comments and things just because I don't want to have any spoilers.
Yeah.
Like we did last time. But she's enjoying it. And she's flying through it. And she doesn't read. Like, I'm so proud of her.
I'm really proud of Katie, my friend that's reading it. She's flying through them too. She reads, but I think she reads slower is what she told me. Is like she's a slower reader. And she's flying through it too. Like, she's on part 3 already, and I'm like, girl, you just started this. And she told me the same thing. Like, I had just started reading it. I read fast, and I read, like, that whole series in like 2 or 3 weeks. And she's like, you just started this, like, this month. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But she's texting me about it, and I'm eating it up.
Yeah, Mom stopped by, what was it, like 2 nights ago to get my copy of A Court of Mist and Fury, and now I'm so sad because my bookshelf just isn't the same. Because I had got those acrylic stands, and that was one of the books that was on display. So now I have this gaping hole in my bookshelf, and I'm just
That's
like,
your favorite one.
I'm like, I feel like a piece of my heart got taken, but she's flying through it, so I have hopes that I'll get it back next week.
I actually forgot my life update too. Is I decided to get my first tattoo.
Oh.
I have been back and forth about it for a long time. I've always wanted tattoos, but, like, I got to a point where I was like, I keep saying it, and I just feel like I'm never going to do it, and I just feel like I just shouldn't if I just keep going back and forth.
Yeah, a tattoo is obviously a very huge commitment.
Yeah.
It's going to be on your body for the rest of your life. So I get that.
Yeah.
I feel like getting a tattoo is something that should be taken pretty seriously.
Yeah. Well, I have decided, I've always wanted an airplane tattoo, and I'm going to get an airplane behind my ear. Actually, it'll be my left ear. I'm going to get an airplane behind my left ear, And
why is it left and not right? Is there a
it
reason?
just feels better to me. And also, this is my dominant side. I fly with my left hand.
Okay.
I just think I will fly with my right hand eventually, but I fly with my left hand. And I don't know. I've always just been like, yeah, this is the ear. This is also my better ear for piercings. Like, my piercings I have asymmetrical piercings. I have 12 piercings, and this ear looks prettier to me. So I need my tattoo back there.
Okay, period.
But I'm going to do that once I get my instrument license, which is hopefully very soon. And yeah, I've been back and forth about that for a long time. And I was like, I'm always going to be a pilot no matter what. So even if I one day can't fly for whatever reason, or I'm not flying, like, I'm still going to be...
It'll still be a part of you.
Pilot. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
So it'll never be something that I feel like goes off style. I feel like it's like a safe first tattoo. And then I'm going to get addicted. And then we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I had to be careful because I don't think it's as much with the way I'm going into aviation. I'm going more corporate side. But the airlines, I'm pretty sure, are more strict about tattoos. And like visible tattoos. So I am like, I'm not going to get like a full sleeve. Like, I am going to be a little bit more conservative with them. So it's going behind my ear. And then like, if I get any more, they'll have to be ones that I could easily like hide and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Yeah. But you did make me sad saying that I'm never going to see it. I'm like, kind of, you're right. Like,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you sad. So I have a little rainbow on the back of my arm.
Yeah.
And I love rainbows. It's a biblical tattoo. And I never see it. Like, and now, of course, every time I get a new tattoo, I'm like, oh, this is my new favorite.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, the rainbow was my favorite, and I forgot I even had it because I never look at the back of my arm.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of a bummer because I get tattoos for me, not other people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I can't see it, then what's the point?
I have my little airplane back there just hanging out with me, but it's a safe spot too. Like, if I regret it, I'm like, I won't see it.
Yeah, you'll forget you even have it.
Yeah.
That's
but
perfect.
yeah, I'm excited. That's a big thing for me, but I'm very excited. It's probably a segue.
I want to go with.
I mean, same thing with my like piercings. I get one piercing, I have 12 now.
Do you know where you're gonna go?
To whoever you want to.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll send you her contact information.
That was my biggest fear, is like getting one that'll bleed.
Yeah.
And like, I really want a fine line, and like, I'm very fair skinned, so like, I need something that's very thin. Like, I feel like harsh lines will look weird on me. Like,
yeah, and you have to find fine line artists, and we don't have a lot of them around here. So yeah, I'll definitely give you my girl's contact.
your girl. Yeah, hook me up. All right. So tattoo talk over. We're talking about our highly anticipated new releases. I know we kind of discussed them in episode 1, maybe
our
episode
first
2.
episode though was so short.
I
think we were obviously really nervous and had never done a podcast before, so we didn't really elaborate on
we were
things.
like, we have to stay on track, like, and now we're letting ourselves yap.
Yeah. So like, we talked about a couple new releases but did not elaborate.
I think we just
all.
listed them.
I literally think that's all we did.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like they deserve more talk. So we're going to revisit and talk about highly anticipated new releases for this year.
So, obviously, we have Onyx Storm. And then you have...
Where are you at in the series? Because I'm wondering.
This is what I wanted to talk to you about. I said, save it for the pod. I'm not going to tell you until we get on the pod. I finished Fourth Wing. Loved it. I ate it up. I loved it so much. It was like odd though. Like, it was just like, it was nice to have like an easy read again, but it was just it felt very like light and fluffy to me. I think it was just
light
so
and fluffy,
easy for me to read. I don't know. Like,
that's not a term I would ever use to describe Fourth Wing.
To me, it was like a fluffy romance, and I know that like they didn't like each other and people like died and stuff. But I felt like there was like little conflict between. This isn't a spoiler because everyone knows like her and Zayden, but yeah, and it was also probably because I already knew she was getting with Zayden.
Yeah. Also, you like to read books with heavier topics, so
everything's light and fluffy to me.
So that would be light and fluffy compared to the things
I did get stressed out during the Gauntlet. That did stress me out. The parapet stressed me out. But like,
so
it was just so easy. Like, I read it so quick.
Yeah, it's a very
I really
easy book to
loved
get
it.
through.
And then when I was reading it, I was like, oh, is this going to be like a new favorite? You should see my review. I was like, I can't even process. This was so good. Like,
Dude, I didn't even read your review.
It was so silly because I was like, I need to come back to this because I don't even have words right now. Like, that was my review pretty much. And I never came back to it because I still haven't processed it because I've just jumped right into Iron Flame. But I think looking back now, it's not like my favorite book. Like, I still feel like I had stronger feelings for The Veiled Kingdom. But like,
so what did you think about the dragon banter? Like, the dragons
I
being able
love
to talk?
them. I love their personalities.
That's my favorite part. I think, obviously, I love the romance, but I was just really surprised by how much I loved the dragons.
Yeah. I'm really attached to them.
Yes.
We will do a debrief episode and go into all of this.
Yeah, we're kind of trying to decide when we're going to do those deep dive episodes on specific books and series because we don't have a big following yet, and so I feel like only a few people would watch it.
We don't want to, like, exclude
other listeners that, you know, haven't read those series.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We haven't really decided when, but that is on the list.
Yeah. Is
to do a deep dive into the Fourth Wing series.
Mm-hmm.
But how far are you into Iron Flame, or are you finished?
I'm not finished. And I was going to say, I don't understand why people don't like Iron Flame, but I haven't finished it yet. Because right now, I'm really enjoying it.
Okay. How far in?
Probably almost halfway through it.
Okay.
And I'm enjoying it. Like, I think it's pretty good.
I remember when I was so excited for Iron Flame. Okay. Like, I was there on release day to get the book. Yeah. Exactly like we're doing for Onyx
Storm.
Storm.
I probably would have been upset if Onyx Storm wasn't coming out, though, maybe. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just so... I, like, really overly hyped it up for myself, I think. And it's such a huge book. It's enormous. And I remember just being disappointed from the start, I think. But that's just my own opinion.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed yet, so we'll see.
The ending is ridiculous. Be glad that you are going to be finishing it before... That
was strategic for me, because I've heard the ending is...
The ending is foul in
crazy.
Iron Flame. Like...
Yeah.
Oh.
So I won't have any wait time, which is good.
That's a really great reading experience for you, because the rest of us,
that's honestly like a big reason I put it off once I knew Onyx Storm was coming out. I'm like, well, I'll just read it right before that comes out so I don't have to refresh.
Yeah, that was like great planning on your part. Look at you.
So maybe after we both read Onyx Storm, we can do a deep dive in all 3 of the books.
Period. Let's do it.
So you guys get reading 2. When you win the giveaway.
Yes. Okay, that's perfect. Also, that TikTok that I sent you of that girl who bought the dragon
costume.
The dragon inflatable costume. She said, guys, I'm wearing this to the midnight release party. She better. Ridiculous.
She better.
But I loved it. It was so funny.
I wish we did that. I wish we thought of that.
Just show up in dragon inflatables.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Oh, man. Okay, so... Onyx Storm talk over. The next new release you didn't know about. It's already out.
Yeah. I'm like gagged that I didn't know this.
I'm shocked. I'm literally shocked that you did not like.
Okay, give me the spiel. Like, tell me what's going on.
My flabbers are gasted.
I saw that you were reading it, but I didn't. I saw that it was new, and I was like, how have I not seen this? Because I love her. And then I was like, what is this book? But I didn't. Everyone knows I don't read about books. I just read them.
Yeah. So the book is Phantom by H.D. Carlton. I was actually really excited for this because it has to do. It's like a spin-off of Haunting Adeline, that duet.
Yes.
So do you remember in those books how at the end of every chapter was a diary entry from Gigi's journal or diary, which was her grandma? This book is telling Gigi's story.
Okay. So it's just like, where's Molly?
I haven't read that, but yeah.
So in
kind of.
Hunting Adeline, there's the letters from Molly.
I remember those because I DNF'd Hunting Adeline.
See, I liked Hunting Adeline better, but it is darker.
Yeah, I knew I couldn't stomach the things in that book, but I remember when I was reading Haunting Adeline, I loved Gigi's diary entries. Like, I don't want to say that I was
That's
more...
what I thought Where's Molly was, like, at first, and I was kind of disappointed because I was like, well, I wasn't putting two and two together that her name wasn't Molly and it was Gigi, but, like, I was disappointed because I'm like, I want to hear from Gigi's side. I'm more interested in that. Like, Molly, too, but, like, I was more interested in, like, Gigi's because, like, I thought, I'm like...
Yeah, so you need to get on reading Phantom
Yeah.
immediately. So, H.D. Carlton said that Gigi wrote in her diary every single day. So there are thousands of entries. So there's a lot of things that happened in her life that we did not see in Haunting Adeline. And so this book is about Gigi and her phantom stalker.
When she, like, kissed the page.
Yes.
Yeah, I was so curious what happened with that and how is it connected to Adeline.
Yeah, so I have started it. I'm not far in at all. I read the prologue, and then chapter 1 is from the Phantom's perspective. So Ronaldo, her stalker. And then I'm on chapter 2 now, and it's from Gigi's perspective. But
how long is that book? Like, how big is it?
I don't know, because I don't have the physical copy. I'm reading it on my Kindle, because it's on KU. I actually have no idea how long it is. Don't know.
Because Where's Molly is really short.
Yeah, that's like a novella, right?
Yeah, is Phantom a novella or is it a full book?
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, you need to read that with me.
I will.
It's a mafia romance, and I'm not 100% in love with mafia romances. Like, when we were reading Hex, I didn't like it at first. And I'm kind of feeling the same way about this, because I just don't understand the mafia talk. But I know that once I read a few more chapters, I'm going to be sucked in. Yeah, so that was a new release that I was excited for, and that I'm shocked that you didn't know about.
Yeah, me too.
Also, I'm, like, literally leaning away from you. I'm so sorry.
I was just thinking that we look like we hate each other.
My legs hurt. I can't sit in one, like, position. Like, even with sleeping, I move around a lot. So I promise we like each other. I just need to move my body.
I did a workout class right before this, and I was like, Lexi, you need to come over later because I have to do a workout class today. Like, I really need some physical activity. But my legs are so sore. Like, I cannot sit crisscross right now. It's hurting me.
Yeah, I was sitting crisscross, and it made my legs ache. This is so random, and nobody will probably even care about this. I have joint problems from being on Accutane twice. I used to have horrible acne, guys, and the second time I went on Accutane, they upped my dose, destroyed my body. My joints, they're permanently screwed. So my knees, I just be having issues, man. Yeah.
Please hold.
Emma's currently yelling at her cats. She locked them up, and they're essentially knocking the door down.
My cats are completely spoiled, and they are always free reign everywhere. So I put them in the bedroom while we do the pod, and they're just picking at the door. So it's driving me crazy. If you hear any little sounds, that's them.
Okay, so I wrote down not a bunch, like probably at least 6 new releases that I wanted to talk about. But I feel like you don't have that many, so this might be a lot of me yapping.
I mean, like, literally my TBR is long enough. Like, I am excited about the new releases, but I'm like, I can't think about those. I have to get through all these other books.
Yeah. Can I see my list?
I do want to talk about the Shatter Me book.
Yeah, because did you know about that one either?
Nope, I didn't.
I figured you did. I feel like you don't really keep up with new releases just because you're so in your TBR.
Me.
Yeah. I'm the new release girl. So my other one that comes out this month is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. It's the same author of why can I not speak? Same author as Out on a Limb.
Out on a Limb, yeah.
And I love that book so much, so I know that I'm going to love this. I'm going to be eating that up. So that'll probably be on my February TBR. And then this is one we can both talk about. March 28th is The Rivaled Crown.
I'm so excited. Like, I really need some avenging of that second book.
Yeah, I
really need it.
Absolutely. I'm just so excited. On Patreon.
Yeah.
She did a poll on like other characters that
Roki?
we might. Yeah.
Oh.
She did a poll asking what other characters, and it was a long list of couples from random books, and the Veiled Kingdom was on there, and I was like, oh my gosh,
that better win.
It's getting a bit of hype. It was on her polls. Now, granted, like nobody voted for it, but I did, so don't even worry.
Yeah, I think I love her Patreon, but I'll like wait for her to post a bunch of things and then I'll get back on there and like look at, so I have more to look at.
Did you see what she posted this morning?
No.
I need you to get on right now, and we're
Live
not gonna tell. We're not telling you guys what she posted, but you guys need to see Emma's face.
I'm scared.
So if you're on Spotify, you are able to click watch, even though you're just listening, just to see Emma's
Fourth wing?
face. Yeah. It's a fourth wing, so it's Zayden and Violet. Dude, it's from the
It was like super safe at first.
yeah, because she did multiple photos like in the scenes leading up to that big scene. I'm loving Emma's face right now. This is great.
This girl's beat up.
No, she looks bad. Why she got all those bruises?
She's black and blue.
So this is...
I've been thinking a lot about our last episode when we talked about wanting to be in a fantasy world, and just like while I'm reading like Iron Flame, I'm like, I would not survive. She's about well, I don't know if this isn't a spoiler. She's about to go into like interrogation training, where they like literally beat her up to see if she can withstand interrogation.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
Yeah, because like she's the main character, obviously she gets through
Yeah,
the other stuff, but yeah,
that's really terrifying. I know I would. I mean, I know I said this last episode.
I could not get beat up.
Fourth Wing is especially one of those books where I'm just like, there's no way I'd want to go in that world, because I wouldn't make it. I think I already
I'd
said
be a scribe.
Yeah, same. We get to go work with books all day.
Right.
I would go to the scribe quadrant. I can't speak.
Yeah.
Does it kind of give you like Divergent vibes a little?
Yes, it does. Like you're sectioned out and they get to choose. So it's like,
yes, that's like one of the things I love most about that series, is that it just has really strong Divergent vibes.
Now we're pointing towards each other.
That would look like we love each other again. Because Divergent was one of those series that I loved as a kid. Like, I remember in middle school, I feel like my big three in middle school were Divergent, Maze Runner, and The Hunger Games. I read all three of those series, like, at least 3, 4, 5 times a piece.
Me too. I loved them. And Maze Runner was my favorite. I remember... Actually, during COVID even, I watched Maze Runner, all 3 movies, like, multiple times in a week. Like, I would just keep watching them.
Colton and I
was going back to my throwbacks and stuff.
Yeah, we go through phases where we're like, we should watch, like, an old movie we used to really like.
Yeah.
And so we have rewatched Divergent and Maze Runner. But we haven't done Hunger Games. I haven't watched Hunger Games in years. I think I might need to, like, do that this weekend.
Do that.
We should.
Hunger Games marathon.
That would be so fun. We have yummy snacks.
This is so funny. One of the first like fights me and Xander ever got into, he had never seen Divergent, and I was like, "This is my love language, showing you like amazing freaking movies or books," but he won't read. But I was like, "I'm so excited to show you these movies and everything." And sorry, Ariana, if you're listening. But we had watched the first movie with him, and I was so excited about it. He watched the second movie, or maybe it was the third movie. He watched the next one with his sister without me, and so I didn't get to see his reaction, and I was so mad at him. And he was like, I don't think it was a big deal. I'm like, I'm still bitter about this, that you experienced that without me.
Man, what a bummer. Xander, why'd you do that?
But it's fine. I'm over it now.
So, can you grab your phone again and tell me what my next book is, because I already forgot everything I wrote down. I was podcast planning this morning before
I'm gagged by this Patreon.
I was podcast filming before my day went to complete and utter crap. My kitchen flooded, if anyone wanted to know.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah, it's really rough out here.
The next book we have on here is Enchantra.
So, this genre is something I wanted to talk to you about, because we both love dark romance, and we both love fantasy. why did it never occur to me that there was a genre
Dark romantasy.
dark fantasy? Yeah, like that's a genre.
Mm-hmm.
And so Phantasma is the first book. I don't know how many books are going to be in the series or if it's just a duology. I don't know. But Phantasma came out last year.
So Enchantra is with that. So
Enchantra is the new release.
Phantasma isn't YA? I thought it was.
No, it is a...
Oh, then I want to read.
I think you would really like it.
I have a lot of YA on my TBR this year. And I feel like they were like canon reads that I missed. So,
yeah. Throne of Glass is YA.
It is?
Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason I'm not...
Oh my gosh.
Loving it.
I'm disappointed.
It is kind of disappointing. So,
oh,
yeah, it's YA.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow.
So, Phantasma, Katie got me that special edition with the creepy looking sprayed edges.
Yeah.
For Christmas. I loved Phantasma. It was a 4-star read for me. I personally think it could have been a lot darker for them to market it as a dark fantasy, but it still was really good. And so Enchantra is coming out, and I'm just excited to continue that.
Ooh, I need to read that then.
And the cover's so pretty. So the first book was like red and black, and the next one is like purple and black.
Ooh, I have a lot of dark romantasy on my TBR because I know about dark romantasy, but I haven't like really gotten into it. But I mean, like, I feel like romantasy has a lot of dark stuff anyway. Like, there's a lot of killing and war and stuff, but not like dark romance kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited for that.
I discovered though a new author, and you might already have her books on your TBR if you've been looking for dark fantasy. Carrie Lake, I think that's her name. Is that what I wrote?
I haven't heard of her.
Yeah, I was right. Okay, so Carrie Lake. I saw 2 of her books on TikTok. Somebody was talking about them. One is Nocticadia. I feel like you've probably heard of that on TikTok.
I don't think so.
Okay, Nocticadia, and then Anathema. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I haven't heard of
Watch
those.
me be saying that wrong, and everyone's like, ew. It's like, I don't know. But they both sound really dark. Like,
oh.
Yeah. Like, their reviews are incredible, too. Both of them have more 5-star reviews than anything.
So these would be fun to read together and do deep dives on.
I think we should. I'm like, when a book has that many 5 stars, that's crazy to me. No, I think they're both newer, so they don't have, like, millions of reviews. I think
is that author newer?
I don't know.
I haven't heard of her.
I don't know, but I'm so excited. I added both of those to my TBR. My thing is, I don't like reading seasonal reads. Like, I won't really read, like, Christmas romances
I thought Christmas. I was going to, and I was like, no.
But
I read A Court of Frost and Starlight, and that was my Christmas.
That is kind of a Christmassy winter read. But I love saving these dark books for fall.
Yeah.
I feel like they just fit the moody, dark atmosphere of fall and, like, Halloween. So I don't know if I'm going to save them for fall or when I'm going to read them. I don't know. But I am really excited about that.
Yeah. Revisiting my YA TBR with the Shatter Me series, because there's a new book coming out in the Shatter Me series.
I didn't know about it. I
didn't know about it. I have the whole Shatter Me series. I have special editions. I haven't read them yet.
Special edition that you just got when we went to the bookstore the other day. It's so stunning, the quotes on it and the spine, or not the spine, the edges.
Yeah,
beautiful.
And even just the inside cover, like when you open it, it's beautiful. I'm very excited to read the Shatter Me series, and I know I'm going to like it, but it is YA. So, like, that series is on my list, and it's YA.
Wait, you haven't read it?
No.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought because you had the whole series on your shelf that you had read it.
I'm reading it. I know I'm going to like it. I think it's it's kind of darker, and it's YA.
So I know the premise of it. Can I tell you or no?
Yeah, please.
The premise is that this girl has, I don't know what you want to call it, a curse, something, that if she touches people, they die.
I'm excited to read this book series.
So if I just, like, poked you, dead. Interesting. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. One of my coworkers, she loves that series. She's more of a YA girly. And she says that's her favorite series ever. Yeah, so that's on my TBR. Zodiac Academy is on my TBR. And then The Binding 13,
That series is on my TBR, which I feel like you need to read too. I've heard it's like life changing. I don't know what it's about though. Or is that the one you told me was like high school and I took it off?
It is. That's the one. I don't think I will ever read that series. Really? Yeah.
Because is that one high schoolers?
From my understanding, it is. I could be totally wrong.
I don't know. That's on everyone's list of like, I'll sell my soul to read this again.
Yeah, most people love it. Like my favorite booktubers, they both love that series.
I don't know. I might give it a try. We'll see.
Period. We can have different reading tastes. It's fine.
I don't like younger, like high schoolers and stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure they're. Watch it be why and I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there is spice in it, and I just don't know how I feel about reading that between high schoolers. Like
I thought it was kids. YA. We'll see.
You should probably look it up while I'm talking about my next book because I'm curious. I might just be saying a bunch of lies right now accidentally. So the next one, Enchantra comes out April 8th.
Okay.
The other April new release is Emily Henry. Have you read any of her books yet?
Yeah.
Which one?
I've read Happy Place.
Okay, that's the best one. So, period. Great Big Beautiful Life. I won't talk too much about that because I know I did mention that in our first episode because I talked about how the title is too long.
About Happy Place is I forget books. I have like very little memory of that book. The core memory from that book is the hide and seek game. That's like my only memory from that book.
I remember sobbing reading Happy Place. Like, I really love books about friendship and found family.
That's why I want to read The Wedding People.
Like,
I think we need to read that with book club.
Those are two tropes that like emotionally wreck me. I just feel like the topic of friendships, we've talked about this a lot. Yeah. Like, not on the podcast, but just like personally, I have just struggled with keeping and having like really good female friendships, and so when I read books about that, it just destroys me because I'm like, oh my gosh, what I would do to like have a lifelong friendship like that. And that's what you get in Happy Place. It's a friendship, like a friend group that have just like been together through it all. Do you remember
the first book that made you like gut-wrenching cry?
No, I don't. I know that the first movie I watched that made me sob uncontrollably, I had to have been like 7 or 8, was Marley and Me. When Marley died, I was like, I remember my dad was like walking me out of the theater. I was sobbing and people were like staring at me. They were like, why is this little girl like wrecked?
You know, we're both Christians. The only thing, like, I like hate Christian movies because they always make me sob, and I hate crying.
Redeeming Love. I think we talked about this on the last podcast. That movie,
we rented it that night, me and Xander, and we watched it. And
did you sob uncontrollably?
Well, I've already seen it.
Oh yeah, you
and
said that. I forgot.
I thought he hadn't seen it because he said he had it, and then like halfway through, he's like, "I've seen this before," and it just ruined the whole thing for me. I was like, okay, I just paid for this.
Colton might not want me sharing this, but I made him watch it with me, and he wasn't crying. I'm not gonna say he was crying. He had tears in his eyes at the end of that movie, and like for him, that's like big. I've never seen him like cry over a movie. Like he wasn't full on crying, but I like looked over and then I saw tears in his eyes, and it made me sob even more.
So good. It's so good. But yeah, I can't, like, I cry enough on my own, and then
we don't need help crying over here.
I don't need help. So I mean, I love Christian movies, but I hate watching them. They make me sob. But anyway, the whole point of me asking about the book, have you read We Were Liars?
No.
That is the first book that made me sob. I remember reading it on the beach because I thought, oh, this is like they like live on an island. It's you probably wouldn't like it now, but it's like they're all younger and they grew up on this like island, and they're all like, it's like their family, but it's also found family. So like I think two of them
I love that though. Like found family, 100% without a doubt. If we were ranking tropes, that is my favorite trope in a book, and probably even a movie also. There's just nothing better. So
two of them I think are cousins, or they're cousins by their parents being best friends, and I'm pretty sure, I think that's what it is. And they go on this island that was like their grandparents' island, and then the other kid is like the cleaners or the maids like kid or something, and they're all like best friends, and they grow up together, and they go there every summer. And then like their family dynamic is really bad. Like their family is very like they're very like rich family, and they're like brush all their issues under the rug. They're like they have a lot of issues and like stuff with them. Anyway, so you go through like all of this with them, and it's crazy because I don't know. I guess this is a spoiler, but I don't feel like people are gonna read it now. Like it's pretty old. Should I say it? Like the ending?
I don't know.
I don't know. The ending though, like you find out that like everything that has been going on like has been a lie, and like the girl, you can tell she's gone through like a lot of trauma, and she's like the main character. And I'm gonna tell Lexi what happened off record.
Then we'll cut back after she's done telling me. Emma just once again
See, I remember
just
every detail of that book.
Wow, that just flabbergasted me. Wow. My brain is fried for a sec.
Yeah. My brain was fried. I was sobbing reading that.
That's crazy. I'm like
Yeah.
kind of in a trance right now thinking about that. Like,
it was so good. Honestly, I was just saying too, I have no idea if the writing style is even good. I read it like years ago. So I don't even know if I could revisit that book now, but it is like a core memory for me. Like that everything that happened in that book was crazy.
yeah, I really can't think of the first book that ever made me sob, but
That was my favorite book for years because like of how good that was, like, and how like life-changing it was for me.
yeah, I feel like I sobbed in Happy Place for like a different reason. I just because it was more so like wholesome,
Mm-hmm.
and just really sweet.
I
And
think
also,
it takes a lot for me to like happy cry.
I feel like Emily Henry is one of the authors that just is able to do that. Her writing is so real.
Yeah.
Like, just makes you feel like,
Her writing is really good. Yeah.
I mean, so descriptive, but also, like, her books are romances, but I feel like they kind of are, I don't want to say subplot. She writes more so like literary fiction, so it's more so just about life. And I feel like her books
Yeah.
have a lot
They
of
do feel
life
more
lessons.
they do feel more real
Yeah.
than like just a romance book.
Mm-hmm.
I will say there's a series that everyone sobs to, and I literally thought I was crazy for not crying to it, but the Ravenhood series, I don't know if I've even talked about this on the pod. I loved that series. I remember loving it.
Is that, correct me if I'm wrong, is that Flock?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
It's Flock.
okay. Okay.
It was weird though. That was on and off my TBR for a while because people made it sound really odd on TikTok. Like people were like, "It's not at all what you expect" and all this stuff, and I really enjoyed it. So I don't know.
I feel the same way because I went back and forth about like whether or not I wanted to read the Ravenhood series, and
I would.
you
like,
got me to add it to my TBR.
I feel like TikTok's being really dramatic about it. Like I think it's good, and everyone's talking about how they're like sobbing, crying, reading it. I didn't. Maybe it's because I was anticipating something awful happening. This third book was really disappointing to me though. I think I 5-starred the first and second book, or maybe I 4-starred them, but the third book I think I like 2-starred it. Like it was really annoying to me because she didn't end up with who I wanted.
Lame. I hate when that happens, man.
I would have been fine with just reading the first book. Honestly, if you read the first book and love it, you don't have to read the rest of the series. You might ruin it for
I
yourself.
might actually just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only book in that series that I put on my TBR for this year. Whenever I made my list of like 25 books I want to read in 2025, Flock was the only one of that series on
If you eat it
there.
up and want to read the next books, yeah, but I don't know. I think it would have done fine with just the first. I'm pretty sure there is a cliffhanger though, but I don't know. You might be better off just using your imagination.
Okay, so I have one more book that I want to talk about, and then one more that we both are like really, really excited for. And then we can probably wrap this up.
My cats are tearing my door down.
Yeah, if you can hear Emma's cats, sorry.
Sorry.
It's a love story by Annabelle Monaghan that comes out May 27th. I can never remember what we've already talked about on here, but I read her latest release, Summer Romance, while I was at the beach last year.
Mm-hmm.
That book was so incredible. Once again, it's like a wholesome, sweet, lots of life lessons, very real type of romance book. And I just feel like everyone deserves like that once in a lifetime kind of love. And like
Yeah.
the main character in that book was just like one of those girls that absolutely deserved it. She's older and has kids. Like I think she's in her upper 30s maybe. And I think that's what made it feel so much realer. I was like, this probably happens all the time. Like women getting divorced and then like they like fall in love with their person.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. And so
I feel like I struggle a lot more with loving an FMC. So
I do too.
Yeah.
So she's one that I actually really love. I don't fall in love with female main characters very much. But that's one of them. Like I just remember really, really rooting for her. And I don't feel like that a lot in books, I guess.
I think that's why I loved A Court of Silver Flames, because I love Nesta. Like I liked her from the beginning, and I think
I didn't.
I knew she was misunderstood. I was like relatable girl. Like at the end. I don't know.
That's another thing. I think my favorite aspect of Silver Flames was not the romance, but the friendship side. Her friendships with
with Gwen and
Emery. Is that her name? I remember sobbing over that again. There's something about female friendships, man. If you put it in a book, it destroys me.
I think my favorite aspect of a book, like this is my must-have if you're going to be anywhere near a 5-star read, there has to be significant character development.
Oh, period. Mm-hmm.
I hate when it's like all laid out there and they don't change, or like the villain is always the villain, or like that's the one thing about the romantasy MMCs. They're all written the same, but they're all like seem really bad and then end up having like a heart of gold. You know what I mean? Like that character development does it for me every time. Like I need some character development,
and I feel like Nesta had so much.
And that's why she's my favorite.
So much character development.
I love Nesta more than anybody else in the book. Any of the books.
Feyre?
Yeah.
Wow.
Her growth is insane, especially like just her, like you watch her like emotionally mature as well. Like she throws 100%. Like these fits when she like can't like articulate how she's feeling, and then like you can tell by the end that she like is like looking around and realizes that like all these people are here for her and they love her and they care about her, and like, and then she like is more open with them. I don't know. That's what got me. Like her character development was insane. I loved it.
I need to do my reread of that because I haven't gotten to it yet.
She was rereading with me, and then
up until book 3.
On book 3.
I did not finish my reread of Wings and Ruin. I think I just was not in the mood for like a war book.
That book it was really good at the first half, and then I think by the second half I was like, this is dragging on.
I think that's also what happened a little
bit.
Like
I loved the book, but I was like, this book is too long. Like I feel like a lot of it could have been omitted.
I think it is the chunkiest.
Yeah,
it's the biggest,
but
in
it's
the
like,
series.
Why?
Yeah. I think that might be why.
And then I feel like you don't get a lot from the romance, or you don't get a lot from the main characters within those 2 books, that and A Court of Frost and Starlight. So it's like it was like a long period of like dragging on, and then I get to Silver Flames and I'm like obsessed.
We're back. That's kind of what that book feels like.
I was glad though. I was like, I can't leave this series on like a boring note. Like I don't know.
Hey, while we're talking about this, is going to be a really long episode, by the way.
Gosh, we do this every time.
I know. Once again, I sent Emma my idea for this podcast.
I was like, Lexi, there's no way we're talking that long.
She's like, respectfully, do you think that's going to take up enough time for a podcast? And I was like, Emma, do you know us? Like, what? Are you actually asking me this question?
I'm tired of underestimating our yapping abilities.
Yeah, like, also, you want to know something I'm tired of? Making myself feel bad for talking about ACOTAR 24/7 on this podcast. Yeah. I've decided I don't care. This is my podcast. If I want to talk about ACOTAR, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to quit feeling bad. I'm going to quit feeling bad. And I'm going to quit giving that, oh my gosh, how many times are we going to... I don't care. We can talk about it every single episode. Let's put it
in the bio. Romantasy, dark romance, and ACOTAR talk.
Every time. I will talk about ACOTAR every time. So, another side tangent. Somebody commented on...
Can I say this before you say this?
Yes.
That's the other reason why I was just very smooth sailing through Fourth Wing, because I'm literally reading Iron Flame and I'm like, I miss ACOTAR.
Right? Like,
Like, I'm thinking about Akatar reading Fourth Wing in Iron Flame, and I'm like, this is why I feel like these books are so fluffy to me, because I'm like, it's not Akatar.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell me about your comment.
So somebody commented, I think it was on our last podcast episode, because we had mentioned how we ordered A Court of Mist and Fury Resans
Yes, it was on
POV.
Spotify. Someone commented on our Spotify.
Okay. So that book's like a fanfic. It wasn't actually written by Sarah J. Maas. Anyways, we both said that we ordered it on TikTok Shop.
Yep.
And it's been a whole debacle. A whole thing. I didn't know when I ordered that it takes like 6 weeks to process an order. So I've been like, where the heck is my book?
Yeah, and then I was like, I read the description.
So Emma went back and read the description and was like, wait. We didn't get scammed. It takes 6 weeks. So you said that last week when we were on week 5 since ordering. The very next day, literally the very next day, I get a message from the seller on TikTok Shop saying, hey, we are asking all of our open orders to cancel the order because TikTok is getting shut down and we don't know if they're going to pay us. Or it's getting banned, sorry. And so we don't know if we're going to get paid. So just to be on the safe side, we're asking that you cancel your order and repurchase on our website.
Yep.
And I was like, sure. I know this is a minor inconvenience, but I was like, fine, I'll go through the process. So, but then I realized that I had used my TikTok Shop coupon. Like, you remember when they were having that link that you could share on Facebook, and if people clicked on it, you earned money? I had earned like $150 through that link. So I used that money to buy the book. So I responded to the seller, and I was like, I actually didn't pay with my own money. Like, if I get a refund, it's going to be on TikTok Shop, not my bank account. So then I'd have to go and spend my own money purchasing through the website. And they responded to me and were like, oh, like this happened to somebody else too. Like, we're happy to offer you like an 85% off coupon, which now I think was sus.
Yeah. And of course it didn't work.
Yeah. So I went to the website, added the book to my cart. I used the coupon code and it took off a bunch of money. It was only going to be like $14. And when I went to check out, it kept declining every payment method that I tried. And my order would not go through.
Did you know that they made a new website?
No, and actually you can share that.
So
the whole thing with the website, because I didn't know, and I wouldn't have known unless I talked to you about this.
When she went on the website, like, we talked about this after. Like, I think we were both meaning to talk to each other and we kept missing each other or something. Like, we never talked about it. So when she was going back to try and order and it wasn't working, like, we weren't in communication at that time. So I get on the website and I was like, I don't know, I just thought it felt sketchy. And I was looking at like a Reddit thread and it was saying how like it's illegal or something. And
like their whole business where they're rebinding books and things.
And then I was like looking on there and they're saying, yeah, like they're investigating that website. Well, I go back on the website and it got taken down because I think it wasn't legal or something. I don't know. Well, they messaged me again and they were like, we have a new website. And they sent it like again and they have a new website. And then at the same time, I don't think we're going to repurchase because
their shop got taken down off TikTok too. So like the website got shut down, the shop on TikTok, it all was like gone.
I mean, even if it was legal at the same time, I did think this at the beginning, but like it's Sarah J. Maas's characters writing all her stuff, you know what I mean? Like, and then you're paying another author for like her spinoff of that, which I mean, it's almost like reading like a fanfic, like Wattpad thing.
It is,
but at the same time, I was just like, I paid $83 for that book. If anyone knows, I paid with my money because I didn't have TikTok Shop money. I used that to buy nail stuff, but I paid with my own money, and I was like, I don't know, like this is sketchy website. I don't want to put my card information into this website. I don't even know if this is legal. It's bordering on unethical, in my opinion. And like,
the thing is, they're not the only company that binds and sells the Reese POV. There are lots of small businesses that sell that book.
So it wasn't that person that wrote it?
No.
Oh.
No. The person that wrote that, it's literally like Wattpad. It's on the internet. So what somebody did was they printed it from the internet and other businesses turn it into a book. Of course, they have permission from the author or writer of the fanfic is called Illyrian Tremors. And so I think they all get permission from Illyrian Tremors to
bind and sell
the book. But there are multiple small businesses that do it.
Interesting.
So,
I also was looking at reviews and the binding didn't look very good.
Yeah, you're right. So, in conclusion, we both canceled our orders and I tried to repurchase, but the order never went through. And now I'm really worried that they have my credit card information. Or not credit, I didn't use a credit card. That they have my card information. So far, nothing has come of that, but we're not getting it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe one day I'll like purchase it from somebody else.
Yeah, but I don't know. $83 is steep anyway.
Yeah. So
there's also the fact that they use the exact same covers.
Yeah.
That was a thing that I was like weirded out about too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks identical to the series.
You're right. Maybe that is fully illegal. But I'm like, why do so many people do it if it's like actually illegal? And why has Sarah J. Maas not?
They probably don't care. It's probably not like a priority.
Yeah, to like sue them.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
gosh, caught up.
This is the last one, right?
Yes.
So we'll be wrapping up soon. So far I'm looking at our iPads. An hour and 18 minutes we've been filming.
We need to discuss book publishing date too, and then we'll be done.
Ooh.
But caught up. We're so excited. Besides
that comes out June 10th, right?
Honestly, I think I'm more excited for that than Onyx Storm. I think that's my most anticipated book this year.
Honestly?
Or The Rivaled Crown. I don't know.
Honestly, Caught Up is my most.
Yeah.
If I had to rank the new releases, what am I most excited for? It is Caught Up by Nevessa Allen.
Yeah.
As
I'm
mentioned
really
previously,
hoping it does the first book justice.
Yeah.
That is like, I feel like second books we've been having really bad time with.
We have. I keep reminding myself, though, that Caught Up is not the same couple as the first book.
Yeah.
I think that going into it thinking that
will help.
Yeah.
I'm excited. If it even has a smidgen of the banter. Like, I'm
even
excited.
Even a smidgen.
That banter is
fire.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, also, I've been listening
Give me banter and I can ignore all the red flags.
Absolutely. I have been listening to Don Toliver recently, ever since we were here on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. And
Xander was playing some of his music for Colton. I don't even know what they were talking about. But what is that song called? Tore Up by Don Toliver. At the very end, I think it's that song. It's on the album for sure. At the very end, there's like 10 seconds that I feel like should be the soundtrack for Caught Up. It's giving like dark motorcycle just vibes. And I heard that in the car. And I was like, literally, I was like, wait, this should be what I play. Just this 10-second clip while I'm reading Caught Up.
To get in the mood.
Yes. I don't know why I thought that. You should listen to it now.
Okay.
Because I feel like if anyone makes edits for that book, that's the song that needs to be on it.
So PSA, that is the official edit song for that book. Even though, where are we going to see these edits? TikTok is going away. Tragic. And then we were talking about this. And we were really curious, like, 'cause when we went to, we're swiveling back to Onyx Storm.
I know, I meant to bring this
full
up.
circle.
I meant to bring this up when we were talking about Onyx Storm at the beginning. But I didn't.
But yeah, so we're going to buy the Onyx Storm vouchers, and we're talking about the midnight release party, and I was checking, like, hey, we can't make it to the party. Can we come later that day to get our books? And he was like, yeah, you buy that voucher. It's, like, connected to your book. But Lexi's like, why do books have to come out in the middle of the week? Like, we have
always,
jobs.
every
Everyone
time.
works. Like, no one wants to stay up till midnight, like, on a Monday night. Like, you have to go to work
about
on Tuesday.
Past release parties that I was excited about, like the Emily Henry one.
Yeah.
And they're always on weekdays.
Yeah.
Like, that's so annoying to me.
Yeah.
Because, most of us work. We can't be staying up that late.
Right. So, did some research.
I didn't even research this. It popped up on my Fipe.
Oh, it just popped up?
It popped up on my Fipe. Also, Fipe is FYP. Okay, in case you didn't know. I call it my Fipe. I'm weird. This girl was like, before TikTok is banned, I just want to tell you guys the reason that books are always published on Tuesdays, which I hadn't realized, but they honestly do come out on Tuesdays. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was just talking about this. So I watched the video, and she explained that back in the day, that librarians would take their book inventory on Mondays, and then would use that info to publish the New York
Times bestseller list.
Yeah, the bestseller list. So, and I guess they still kind of either do that or it just kind of stuck. And so the same thing goes now, where the rule is that you have to sell, I can't remember how many copies it was.
500,000 to even make it to the top 10?
Yeah, to make it on the New York Best Time Seller list, you have to sell a certain amount of copies of your book in a week.
Yeah.
So authors capitalize on that.
If you had been publishing your book on like a Friday, you only have like 3 days for it to sell that many copies before the bestseller list comes out. So like you wouldn't be on the list that week.
Yeah. So they're basically capitalizing on time so that they can hopefully make it on the list. So books always come out on Tuesday. That way they get a full week of selling.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes perfect sense, actually, because I always wondered, I'm like, why? Why is it always a weekday? And that's why. That's why they do it on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So, little tidbit, the more you know.
Yeah, I had no idea.
We're learning things on this podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was just a big YAP session for us, honestly.
I feel like every episode just keeps getting longer and longer. Like, at what point are we going to say, hey, we need to cap this off? We have to cut this off because it's too long.
Sorry, guys. We're yapping for us, too.
Yeah, this is like
our catch-up time.
Exactly. This is our weekly check-in because we haven't pre-filmed any episodes. We just film one once a week, usually on the weekends. And so we just like to use this as our catch-up time because we're so busy during the week.
You know, we might end up having to do like specials, and we'll do a part 1 and part 2 episode because we'll just yap for 2 hours and I can just split them.
That's a great idea. That way they're all not super long because this is...
Sorry, guys.
I know you're going to edit some of this out, but it's going to be like bordering an hour and a half.
It's okay.
Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 4.
Don't forget to go check out the giveaway in our
Absolutely.
Instagram. And if you're from TikTok, go follow our Instagram
Yeah,
so we
I
don't
guess
lose
we'll
you.
just be seeing you on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify from here on out.
Yeah.
That's
Unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate, but that's where you'll find us. And Fable, of course.
Yes.
I'm always checking in on Fable.
Yeah, somebody commented on Spotify and asked for our fables. They are always linked on all of our descriptions. So free reign to our fables. Go look at them.
Amazing. Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And we will see you next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.